Speaking of the future, Adam, how do you feel about Caitlyn Jenner running for governor?
Oh,
Can't get worse than Newsom, am I right?
no, I'm like, somebody said to me, I actually went down to Tinhorn Flats in Burbank.
Do you know about that? Do you know about that restaurant?
No.
Oh, God.
Oh,
It's so frustrating.
You'd go nuts.
Nuts.
Well, I don't want to say it.
You tell your story, and then I'll tell.
Once we tell you about Tinhorn Flats, then that's an excuse to kill yourself. So I don't think we should do it.
I don't know if we want to go down that
Dude, the
road.
future's bright.
No, wait till you hear this. This will piss you off.
All right.
So I went to school with the Lepagians, who are an Armenian family, and they ran this tavern in Burbank, like one of the oldest bars in Burbank.
Great
and it was
spot.
kind of honky-tonky, kind of fun place to hang out in. And so then all the COVID restrictions came in, and Burbank is super militant Nazis over there. They're over-regulating. Anyway, so they closed everything down. So they have a big outdoor dining area. And so they move everyone outdoors, and they're doing all the regulations and all the hoops everyone's got to jump through. But then at some point, as you recall, they shut down outdoor dining. And Tinhorn Flats is like, F this. There's no science, there's no data to support shutting down outdoor dining. There is no outdoor anything as far as COVID goes. Beaches, playgrounds, parks, outdoor dining. Just huge overreach by the government. So they go... You can actually see me on TMZ with my son walking into Tinhorn Flats. Not on the internet. Close your eyes. No, on the internet. But I want you to imagine.
Not on the internet.
Everybody
So Tinhorn Flats goes, we're gonna leave our outdoor dining open. Not indoor, but outdoor. Of course, City of Burbank gets involved. And by the way, if you guys remember, the outdoor dining thing was shut down for 3 or 4 weeks, and then they reopened it because there was no data to support it.
I have a friend who works on the CDC board, and this kid goes, "I'm sorry, why are we shutting down outdoor dining?" And their exact
it's the wrong
reasoning.
one.
They said optics.
Right. So Tinhorn Flats defies them. Mark Garagos takes the case. They go in front of the judge. And the judge basically tells the city, you got to produce some evidence that outdoor dining is dangerous. Otherwise, I'm going to throw this out. They produce no evidence, and they shut them down. They first they block the door. They padlock the door, and Tinhorn Flats cuts off the padlock. Then they sandbag the door and plywood the door. And Tinhorn Flats moves thing. Now they put a huge fence around it and completely shut it down. I went by there, literally cemented into the ground.
Wow.
So
really?
That was me and my son. So during the protest, because I went to high school with the guy and generally don't like this crazy government overreach, I'm like, I'll take my son and we'll go eat at Tinhorn Flats. So TMZ caught us walking in essentially to Tinhorn Flats.
So look,
we did this already
what's
too.
Going on? I mean, I saw the tweets. I'll be blunt. You're like, fuck Newsom. Are you?
Fuck Newsom.
So is this primarily about what's happening to the small businesses, to the restaurants here, or?
Your son's like, I guess I want to be on this.
Owns this place, so we thought we'd do that. But listen, I don't know who Newsom thinks he is. He's not a monarch.
No.
You can't shut down society. You got to offer some proof why it's dangerous. And by the way, sheep, wake up, sheep. It's scary. It's not Newsom. It's all the sheep that just listen to Newsom.
I get it. So
we should have never listened.
He does.
I
agree.
point.
70% capacity. I mean, how does that factor into allowing, these businesses to be open? Do you think that's the problem? Do you think that dining out is contributing to
not outdoor dining?
Not outdoor dining.
Well, I'm not seeing any studies.
Right.
So there's no data.
Okay.
So we're gonna go outdoor dining.
Okay, and I want you to enjoy your meal. I don't want to keep you too long. This Newsom recall thing. What do you think about that?
It's terrible.
It'd be nice.
Yeah. Do you think it'll gain some ground?
I think it is gaining some ground because he's an imbecile and he's incompetent. And he's running this state into the ground. So hopefully we can listen. we should recall him and just replace him with one of those plastic owls they put on.
That's so good.
Well, it'd be better because I've said you can stop it. I've said, like, anyone who's ever worked in radio, you'd rather have no program director than a bad program director. You'd rather have, like, no coach than a bad coach.
Yes.
You know, if you really think about life, like, I'd rather have no governor than a horrible governor.
Governor, yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah, I don't know if Newsom's obviously he's getting recalled, but I don't know if he's going to be out of the office because by the time that whole process happens, California's going to be wide open. So people are like, all right, fuck it, dude.
I don't know.
Caitlyn
Jenner, I listened to her speak, and she was interviewed. I think I don't know who it was, but
Hannity.
Yeah, and
She only did Hannity.
I was moderately impressed with what she had to say. I don't know. She definitely seems like an old school sort of conservative in the way that I think California needs. In terms of, like, you got to have some pushback to this Democratic supermajority. You can't have just an echo chamber where everybody's big union and everybody is just on one side of the equation. But how's it going? How the fuck is that going? Can we have some pushback and different ideas?
Dude, I drove down Sunset today because I picked up my car from the shop. Dude, when's the last time I went down Sunset?
Oh, dude, it's a shanty.
There's so many businesses.
Town.
It's shanties. It looks like I thought I was in I Am Legend. It's literally just like dead. There's no signage. Just everything's lease. You go down there. It's so sad.
Well, now, so Newsom is this new thing. He's just going to give everyone in California money. Now that's his latest pledge, which is going to keep people at home even more.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's nuts.
You know what I always come back to this thing, which is like diet and exercise. You know, you can read all the diet books you want. You can go on the internet. You can buy all the Snackwell, low cal, whatever. But we all know what it takes, right? Just no one wants to do it, but it's just diet and exercise. Just diet and exercise. Society's kind of that way too. It's real basic shit. And giving people money and over-regulating all the big grandiose plans, pie in the sky. We're going to give every kid in school a computer so they'll know. It never fucking works. No, it just doesn't work. It's like diet and exercise, like family, education.
Meat and potatoes.
Get back to the fucking basics.
Self-reliance and personal
That's
responsibility.
it. That's all we got. It never worked. Everything else, I wish all the other shit worked. It just doesn't. It doesn't work. It can't work.
It doesn't. But I do think that recall thing has scared him shitless, and I think that there's a federal judge that sued California. You saw that.
There's a lot of companies. Well, you know where we work out at Zoo Culture, that Gym Zoo Culture, the owner, Bradley Martin, he just went back to court last week because he stayed open during the entire pandemic, and they kept fucking with him. So I would show up there, and we couldn't park our cars. So the city took away parking. Okay, we would just park across the street at the park and then walk over. So they would keep fucking with him,
They turned off his lights.
They turn off his lights, turn off the power. So they just keep fucking with them. And then now gyms are open in LA, and it's like, what? All right. So what do you want to do? And he's like, yeah, I'm back in court, dude. Like they're trying to make me the example. Like this is what happens. If you don't obey the government. Yeah.
Just for clarity, turning off the power is fucked up, but turning off the lights can be a courtesy. I mean, like if you...
I didn't mind it.
You know, the bathroom left it on in the hall and somebody comes in behind. And
I agree. It definitely didn't stop us from lifting. I was like, that's kind of nice. There's not that crazy music.
But turning the power off is bullshit. The lights,
different story.
Yeah.
Because you look good, better in the shade.
Yeah. Jesus
What
Christ.
else you got, Chin?
Scary.
How about when I got off stage at the Laugh Factory? Right away, you go, bro, I figured out what you look like. I'm like, what? This is in front of a bunch of other comics. I'm like, what? You're like, you look like a Rottweiler who got his shit together.
Oh, you do, bro. Yeah.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying, dude.
Grab that mic, son.
You do. Look, bro, look.